Guess what time it is? It is time to talk about dieting. I know a few of you have been asking me, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? Well, today. So, pardon some of the sun coming in here in the office. It's late in the day and it does that. I have had a really busy day. And I'm just now getting around to this, and I'm going to have to kind of throw it together. I haven't had time to prepare. I apologize. When I started my videos last week, I was really about to run out of work, and I wasn't very busy. And I got busy. So we're going to try to keep this thing going, though, because I got something to say. And fun facts before we get started, okay? Do you remember in school, and I'm talking like elementary school, middle school, do you remember the kid on the playground that stood over in the corner and was kicking on stuff and karate chopping everything, and then he would come up to you and he'd be trying to karate chop you, and you'd be like, what is wrong with you? Why are you so weird? Well, we always judged those people because bullying was big back then, right? And we judged those people. We said, why is that kid so weird? Why is karate so cool? Why is taekwondo so cool? What is he thinking? Well, those kids grew up to be guys like Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz, and they're in the MMA now, and they're just doing fabulous things, and they're making money, and they're providing for their families, so kudos to them. That being said, I had a friend in high school, and we're talking about, I graduated in 1998, and we had internet, but we had dial-up internet. And you'd see someone on the internet, and you'd hear do 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 do, and a lot of numbers on the screen, and you're like, what is happening? Well, at that time, most of us didn't think anything of it. But I had one friend in particular, and he always said, Jason, I'm going to be a web designer, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And I'm like, dude, what is the web? Like, I just want to go to school and play Oregon Trail. Man, how fun was that game? Oregon Trail was awesome. Well, look at this guy, man. He was a web designer and sneaking into the 2000s, and boy, the internet, isn't it something else? It's just amazing. It allows me to be Mr. YouTube sensation that I am and post these videos for all of you to watch. So good job, man. And so let's get to the diet, okay? So what we're going to talk about is about how I've lost weight. So I started out back in January, I was 230 pounds. And, 225 to 230, that's been my adult weight for most of my life. There's been a few times that I've went up to like 245, 255, but that was primarily when I was lifting weights and, drinking creatine shakes and things like that when I was in my mid-20s. And I thought being big and strong and being able to lift heavy things was really going to get me somewhere in life. And let me tell you right now, being big, I don't know, you might look good at the swim pool. You got them swim trunks on, you pop your shirt off, and people at the pool are like, man, look at this guy, he's 6'2", 245 pounds. Man, he must have been like in the NFL, or that guy ought to be a professional wrestler. Like, what is he doing out here right now? Well, here I am, I'm 40 years old, and boy, I've got broke down joints from bench pressing too much. I skipped a lot of leg days. Well, forget working out legs. Who cares about your legs? I mean, I had a pretty decent little tush back in those days, a little bit. Looked good in some Wranglers and put some cowboy boots on. But I didn't need leg days. So here I am, 40 years old. I go to physical therapy. I do grandma exercises. I do my little leg squeezes, and I do my hip thrust, and I look really cool in there doing that. And we're working on getting a little bit of strength back in those hips. Ever since I had children, it just hasn't ever been the same. So we're working on that, and we're working on the legs, and we do acupuncture on the legs, and we go all the way down from my gluteus maximus all the way down my ankles. My calves are like a main place where I'm just always aching calves. And acupuncture is awesome, and we're going to talk a lot more about that later. But today we're talking about the diet. So I'm on the generally I'm on the keto diet, and I added some things up here, and I'm going to tell you what I was doing before I got on the keto diet. Okay, on a regular day, I would definitely have me some McDonald's French fries, 190 grams of carbs. A McDonald's double cheeseburger, 34 grams of carbs. A Dr. Pepper, 40 grams of carbs. I had at least 3 Dr. Peppers a day. Wouldn't a day go by that I didn't have 3 of those. A Monster energy drink, 27 grams of carb. Yes, I drank a lot of those. That comes out to, and this isn't counting dinner, I'm talking steak dinner, mashed potatoes, fried potatoes, throw on some other stuff, some macaroni and cheese. Oh my goodness. That's not even counting the dinner. And we're talking 371 grams a day of carbs and sugars. And so realistically, by the time you lump dinner into that, we're talking over 500 grams a day in carbohydrates. Now, folks, carbohydrates turn into sugars in your body. And this isn't even counting the extra additive sugars on top of the carbohydrates that I was having. Okay? Over 500 grams a day. Well, I didn't even include my snacks in that. Boy, did I ever snack. So, no more of that. Kaput. Done. We don't do that anymore. I'm on the keto diet, okay? And the first few weeks, I dropped 20 pounds just immediately. My mental fatigue and brain fog immediately gone. Whew. Feels good. I can think straight and I feel good. I want to jump through the ceiling every day. That's another video. We'll get to that. We'll get to that high energy Jason. That Jason's just got so much energy and he's just got to share it with everyone. But back on track here. Let's talk about the keto real quick. I'm going to tell you about the way my general day would go. Now, I've never been a big breakfast guy. I really don't even like to eat. I think eating is just out of necessity to fuel your body. Now, that doesn't mean that I wasn't a glutton. If I was going to eat, I'm going to take advantage of the moment, and I'm going to eat, and I'm going to feel good eating. It's going to make me feel good. So, I don't really do a lot of breakfast, but I do purchase. This is, well, let's first start by saying really, since I'm not eating breakfast, I buy these Atkins milkshakes, and they also have Atkins like mochaccino, frappuccinos, whatever they're called. I order them on Amazon, okay, and they come out to like $1.50 a piece, and I'll drink one of those on my way to the office in the morning, and that'll tide me over till about noon. But if you do want to eat a breakfast doing this, well then here you have it. It's an Atkins breakfast bowl, and I don't eat them for breakfast, but I eat them for lunch. They also have an omelet that's really good, and we're talking about on this, we've got 5 grams of carbs on this, okay? On the keto diet, you're supposed to have between 20 carbs a day and 60 carbs a day. The reason there's that variation is sometimes, a bigger guy like me is going to need more fuel. So this also makes for a breakfast. So shake in the morning. If you want to have this, you can have this. If not, you can even eat this for lunch. This is good. These Atkins frozen meals are some of the best frozen meals I've ever had, and I'm not even joking. We've got this I do for lunch a lot. It's a beef merlot. Fabulous. Look at that. 6 grams of carbs. My absolute favorite, meatloaf with portobello mushrooms and gravy. Oh my goodness, this is good. Get it. It's got a few more carbs. 8 grams of carbs. Still primo. Okay? So we covered that. You can do that. You can even do that for dinner. I will tell you that it's really not a lot of food. Sometimes for dinner, we like to eat a little bit more than that. It really is ideal for lunch, especially if you take it to work. You got a microwave at work. Do it, man. It's awesome. My sister-in-law, Amy, told me about these. These are Epic bars, okay? Let me just look at the back here. I didn't review this in advance. So this has got total carbs, 8 grams of carbs, okay? Packed with protein. Keto diet is all about putting that protein in your body. High-fat foods. Avocado is one of the real high-fat foods. I always hated avocado. The reason I hated it was because people always did that made the dips. And people put a lot of onions in there, and I'm not a real big onion fan. I can eat cooked onions, but I really don't like them raw. So I didn't like any kind of dips with avocado because of the onions. But my wife, she started making our food. One of our big focuses on keto is bacon. We eat a lot of bacon. We eat a lot of meat and avocado. And just raw avocado without all those onions and other things in it, it's really good. You can put it on top of anything. We're putting it on top of steaks. We're eating hamburger patties without the bread. And you can put bacon and avocado, throw an egg on top of there, a little sunny side, make it a little runny. Fabulous. We eat some fajitas, beef fajitas with lettuce. You just take a little piece of lettuce, put some fajita beef on there with some feta cheese, throw a little avocado on there, wrap the lettuce up. It is fabulous. What took me so long to do this? Because I am so happy. Losing that mental fatigue, feeling better physically. I am so happy over this, and I fully intend to stay on this diet, okay? Snacks. Let's talk about snacks. I like, and this is cheating just a little bit, peanuts. I like to have a couple handfuls of peanuts. I maybe don't do it every night because I change it up, but you've got a 2-ounce serving of peanuts, you've got 9 grams of carbohydrates. You're kind of cheating a little bit because by the time you have 2 or 3 servings, you're hitting 30 grams of carbohydrates. But like I said, I'm a bigger guy. I can afford it. Hypothetically, I'm probably having anywhere between 80 grams of carbohydrates and 120 grams of carbohydrates a day. But we're talking about being down from 500 or 600. We're talking high fat. Fat burns fat. That's the important key to dieting, okay? Cutting that bread out, losing those carbohydrates, turning into sugars that's damaging your body. Okay, we're talking damaging your body, your joints, your internal organs, all of that. So, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a diet expert. I'm going to tell you what I did and what worked for me. And I'm sure that I'll continue to find some other diets. I was never a diet guy to start with. I thought it was all a joke. Well, it's no longer a joke. I take it seriously. I feel great about what I'm doing. I had someone ask me when I do this video to make sure and talk about appetite suppressants, and I'll tell you, I'm going to do my best here, but I'm not a good influence. Look, I still use tobacco products. That's a big appetite suppressant for me. So whereas if you've got someone that's not chewing tobacco, they're got more time in a day that they're not doing anything. And it does, it's hard not to want to snack, but I'm doing that, and I will kick that habit eventually. But for the time being, that's an appetite suppressant for me. I'll tell you another thing that's an appetite suppressant is water. I've always been a big water drinker. You will never find me at any time of the day that I don't have a bottle of Dasani with me. I am a water snob. It's got to be Dasani. I'll make sure I got it with me. Keep your belly full of this, and you don't need food. Water is excellent for you anyways. You need to be drinking your water like you're supposed to drink your water. There are not enough doctors out there that will tell you, drink water, because I know most people don't do it. Instead of Monster energy drinks, I started drinking Bang energy drinks. I know it's bad. It can kill my heart, all of that stuff. But zero everything, 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 carbs. It's all of that. Look, it's getting me by right now. It's keeping me alive. Boy, a couple months ago, I thought sometimes I'd wake up and I would think that I'm not going to be able to walk anymore. And I shed that 30 pounds and I'm feeling better. I'm going to rehab and I'm getting my body back in shape and I'm feeling much better. Okay? So, not everything works for everybody. I'm telling you what worked for me. And there's a high probability that it could also work for you. Please like this video. Like. I don't say it enough. I'm just now getting used to making these things. Like my video. Okay? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment. I will answer questions. If you have requests for future videos, I will fulfill those requests to the best of my ability. I'm going to start working on a list. I'm going to have a list, and I'm going to post it up behind me over here on the board. And I will remind you of things that I do plan on talking about in the future, and we'll get around to that, okay? So, thank you for watching today. Like my video, subscribe to my YouTube page, and we'll see you tomorrow.